Allow me to chortle as my victory is assured. Allow me to chortle away. And then we do that. He felt real good for a second. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. And tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do, because we are right back to the pure bloods. Yes, we are hitting vampires, and we are hitting them hard. We got a really good vampire card out of universes. Well, what is this? Spider-Man, aka OMENPATHS, and I haven't put him in the double kill vampire deck, and I wanted to modify this and do what we do. So we are going to be pushing a little bit of a full life drain mono black vampire, the classic run right here. So before we get down into this, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to get attacked by the like and subscribe, which you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously maul you and attack you, rip you apart for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person on Twitch and on YouTube. Both of those places you can go live and check me out. Hit that bell. Be notified when we go live as well. We'd love you on Notification Squad right there. Check out our Discord community for all latest news, information. We have the new cards posted up in Discord, and you can send me your decks if you want me to play them. And of course, this deck and all the other ones that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this one, check it out on AetherHub or Moxfield right down in the description below. So what are we talking about? Well, I'm taking the best of black vampires. This is what we're going to be doing. Vampires need thralls. They need sacrifice. That's where we're going. Greedy Freebooter, aka the Freedy Greebooter, in the one spot. 1 black, 1/1, creature dies, scry 1, and create a treasure token. Good stuff right there. I really like the scry, and I like to ramp as it goes. That is going to be perfectly fine. It's a great blocker, and it just gets you ahead of there right there. So that's the best 1-drop we're going to have right there. 2 drops. We're going to start with our special guest, Timeline Color. The reason I like Timeline Color is I like to combine him with Bloodghast. Timeline Color and Bloodghast are some of my best friends, and they're the best buddies too. The reason is they're 2-drop black haste cards, and the reason that they're so dangerous is because if you get people down to the point where they can't deal with this much haste, if you get them below 10, he has haste, and he always has haste. You can start really ripping people up from the graveyard if they're not careful. You can send a swarm at them from the graveyard. So Timeline Color is a 2 black, 2/2 haste, and you can pay the warp ability from the graveyard. He warps in for 1 black and 2 life. We have a decent amount of life gain in this deck, so I'm not too worried about losing that life, but constantly pinging people and getting their life down to the point where they're in striking range of our other stuff, especially with something like Bloodghast. Nobody expects black to haste that much. Having 3 or 4 creatures haste in when they're not expecting it is dangerous for opponents right there. So this goes really well. Like I said, his best friend is Bloodghast right here. This is a vampire spirit, 2 black, 2/1. He cannot block. However, this creature has haste as long as an opponent has 10 or less life. Not only that, whenever a land card you control enters, you may return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Hard to kill. Graveyard Resurrection, hard to kill. It always comes back, and it comes back with haste if it has left life. Combining Timeline Color and Bloodghast is a very, very nice way to aggressively put damage down on your opponent and constantly have them on their back foot, unable to defend themselves. It's very, very cool stuff. Next is going to be the removal package. We're going to go 3 Bitter Triumphs and 2 Strategic Betrayals. Is that enough? I don't know. Honestly, if you ran 4 more removals, I think you wouldn't even really be doing anything wrong. You could certainly run Tragic Trajectory. You could do Nowhere to Run. House Grows Hungry is not a bad one for the 3 right there. I do have Rush of Dread for a small board wipe, but it's not as super effective. But yeah, you could certainly run more removals than this. The thing I like about Bitter Triumph in this is, like I said, I gain life, so I'm not worried about that 3-drop. But honestly, you'll almost always have a Bloodghast or a Timeline Color that you can throw down. You can pull really cool combos like play Bitter Triumph, discard a Bloodghast, and then play a land, and then Bloodghast just enters the battlefield for free because you played a land. So you got to kill a creature and put a creature put one of your own creatures down for that right there. So you can actually pull off some good combos with Bitter Triumph. Plus it has a vampire in it. It has Clavileño. Even though he's being killed, he's still there and he's dripped out. And of course, we're gonna have Strategic Betrayal. We have to rip up those. Got to rip up those graveyards, force exile, whatever we can get. That is super useful right there. 1 black and 1, just a great removal card all around, super effective. And then as we finish up our 2-drops, we're going to go for Starscrape Cleric, 1 black and 1. Is it a vampire? No, but it's a bat. And I position to you that that is close enough, am I right? 2-1 for the Bat Cleric with the Offspring, 1 black and 1. If you pay an extra 1 black and 2, you pay basically 5 total, you get an extra guy out. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. This will kick off one of our instant kills, which is the Bloodthirsty Conqueror Starscrape Cleric infinite kill loop right there. We have 2 infinite kill loops right here. By the way, we have 2 automatic kill loops. We have Bloodletter and we have Bloodthirsty Conqueror, so keep that in mind. It's very dangerous, very, very dangerous. So yeah, that is why we're going to have that. And also we are gaining life on certain hits right there, and that will help enhance the amount of life that we're losing. Plus a 2-1 flyer is never bad. Car Seat Revenant right there. 2 black and 1, 3/3 Flying Death Touch and Lifelink. Arguably Vampire Nighthawk, huge bump up from the Vampire Nighthawk right there. 3/3 for 3-drop with all of those abilities, and if he dies, you can put all of those abilities on somebody else. You exile him and you put a Flying Death Touch and lifelink counter on target creature you control as a sorcery. Huge, huge play right there for the 3-drop. Love that new vampire right there. Great stuff for Car Seat Revenant, and he's really crazy and gross looking. That's awesome for him. Love that for him. So yeah, really solid there, and comes back from the dead and gives his abilities to somebody else, which can be a game-winning strat if you want. Of course, arguably the best 4-drop black card in the entire game right here, which is Bloodletter of Achlazotz. Bloodletter of Achlazotz is 3 black and 1, 2/4. I am going to be so sad when this card rotates out. I'm going to miss it to death because it has gotten me more wins than I know how to count. If an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. This is what rips people apart. It also enables instant win conditions, potentially, depending on how we go right there. Doing double anything in Magic is going to be extremely dangerous. It's going to absolutely rip people up anytime that you do double damage or double the amount of life loss. So you talking about like that situation, you put down a Bloodletter of Achlazotz on 4 or 5, and then you just absolutely swarm out with a bunch of hasters. Yeah, 2 damage becomes 4 damage, and you multiply that by 3 or 4 times, you're going to rip them down, man. It's really terrible. Then, of course, we have the instant win con. We have instant win con number 1, and we have instant win con number 2. Rush of Dread. This is actually going to be a variable card right here. You could play this at any time with different things. 2 black and 1. That's the core cost for the spree. You can spree it for target player sacrifices half the amount of creatures they control, rounded up, which is very, very cool. You can get rid of half of their stuff, or discard half their cards, which is very cool to discard. Or, here's the winner. Target opponent loses half their life, rounded up. Guess what Bloodletter of Achlazotz says? It says if you would lose life during your turn, you lose twice as much. You know what twice of half is? Is a whole. They lose all their life. So turn 4, Bloodletter of Achlazotz. Turn 5, Rush of Dread. That's game. It's done. It's over with. That is win con number 1 right there for that combination play. Also, I love to play this. I like to swing in or play this and then swing in and do a bunch of damage, even if we don't have Rush of Dread. Ripping someone's life in half or destroying half their creatures, it's insanity. The amount of damage that you can do with Rush of Dread to the middle to late game is just huge. It can just severely, severely hurt people. And it's kind of shocking that more people don't play this card overall. Really, really dangerous card right there. You want another infinite loop win con right there? You want another instant win con? I got you, man. 1 isn't enough for vampires. We need 2. Starscrape Cleric and, of course, Bloodthirsty Conqueror right here. 2 black and 3, 5/5 Flying Death Touch, Vampire Knight, Chevalier du Vampire. Whenever your opponent lose life, you gain that much life. Do you know what happens? Whenever you lose life, you gain life, and whenever you gain life, they lose life. It's an infinite loop. All you need to do is gain 1 life, or make them lose 1 life, and guess what? Infinite. You gain 1, they lose 1. You gain 1, they lose 1. Boom, 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 back and forth until the game is over. So if you have a Starscrape Cleric and you do any point of damage, your opponent loses any amount of life, or you gain any amount of life, the game is over. It's an instant kill. It's an infinite loop. So not only do we have the instant kill from Rush of Dread and the Blood of Achlazotz, we have the instant kill infinite loop from Bloodthirsty Conqueror and Starscrape Cleric. And do you want to know what helps with all of those guys? The finisher right here, Mr. Senor Luis Pompous Pillager, Luis de la Verga. 2 black and X lifelink 2/1 vampire villain. So not only that, he can trigger off a lot of different things. He enters with X/1/1 counters on him, and when Luis enters, he'll deals X damage to target opponent. This is another win con finisher right here, because not only can he trigger off the Bloodthirsty Conqueror Starscrape Cleric Infinite loop by even just pinging for 1 life and starting the loop going, he can also do double damage if you have Bloodletter of Aclazotz down. He can, if you make somebody do X damage to your opponent, you gain X amount of life. Boom. Middle to late game, again, you have 6 mana down. He does 4 damage to your opponent with Bloodletter of Aclazotz. That's 8 damage. Boom. And then you have a big vampire on the board doing damage like crazy. So again, you have these big, heavy finishers right here. That is what we're going for. We're looking to survive. Early game, flooding them out with just absolutely hitting them with these fast guys, pinging, removing creatures, dipping and dodging, bringing them back, putting a lot of pressure, and then you have a multiple options of big, brutal black finishers on the top right here. Russia Dread, Aclazotz, Third Conqueror, and Luis. Just any combination of these cards is going to do something terrible to your opponent's life, and that is how we're going to win the game. 21 swamps. We're going to go 3 Cavern of Souls on this one, obviously. You choose Vampire, you're good to go. The only thing that you can't cast is the Timeline Crawler or the Greedy Freebooter. That's fine. You want to make sure that your vampires can hit the board as you go. Again, 28 creatures, 18 vampires altogether, from bats, warlocks, clerics, villains. You know we got villains in here. 4 instants, 5 sorceries, 24 lands altogether. All black, standard deck, the Purebloods. If we want to talk about sideboard, I already talked about that a little bit. Again, a little bit of removal for Tragic Trajectory and nowhere to run to bust through that, bust through those wards. Especially good against what's that stupid card called? Sheltered by Ghosts. Great way to get rid of that. Vengeful Blood Witch is not a bad 2-drop either. I just didn't think it was super useful in this one. Preacher of the Schism, of course, is a great 3-drop if you don't have your Karsi Revenant. That's solid too. House Grows Hungry is a great one, especially for forcing discard and getting rid of the opponent's graveyard. Good stuff there. And Withering Torment to crack open enchantments in case of emergency. The only other one that I could possibly recommend is Corrupted Conviction to keep the flow of cards going, especially in the removal heavy meta. People are often going to target your cards to try to kill them. So when people are going in to play removal onto your stuff, if you have conveniently a Corrupted Conviction, it is not a bad idea to crack open your own creature and draw the cards as you go. Great card to play on Corrupted Conviction right there to crack it open, get the mana, and then draw 2 off. So I do like that occasionally. I'd be remiss if I did not tell you Villainous Wrath is not a bad one either for a board wipe. Target opponent loses life. Yeah, you could throw that in there as well. Especially against white, it is super useful. White or red lose a lot to this. If you can survive until then and just knock them out and make them lose life, solid card right there. So do your sideboard as you need fit. Swap in whatever you possibly could need, up or down or left or right, to just survive. We're going to be grinding up Diamond again. It is really rough in Diamond right now. It is a lot of control, a lot of removal, but we're going to do our best. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to press like on that video. It helps the channel out a lot. Here we go. Let's get into it. Oh, did we desync? Hello? It's cutting in and out. I'm not getting any issues on my side. It says it's fine. Let's see what we get here. I know he's got instance. This is the flash blue. Push. There you go. Boom. Up. Vampire. Car seat revenant. Push. Hit. They'll knock that back. That's fine. Spectral Sailor for 1. Okay, so we'll do this. Boom. Okay. See how much more knockback he's got. Put down you. Put down you. Probably a lot of it. If I had to guess. Boom. Boom. Belly all the parched. Goes away. Push. Can't block. Away. Okay. Think he may know he's in trouble here. I think he may know he's in trouble here. Yeah, whenever they're releasing a new set, generally speaking, you're going to be able to get a lot of the story from the... yeah, good game. You're going to be able to get a lot of the story from the website. They release story stuff alongside everything. Which he deserves for playing a blue deck. We got a Green Goblin. A Norman Osborn Green Goblin. We got a comics art Carnage too. It looks cool. Is he gonna play the protection on that? No, he's not. I don't want him ramping. Boom. Here we go. The not Fleam, yeah, I know. Everyone would prefer it was Fleam. When Fleam isn't around, everyone should be asking, where's Fleam? Vampire. We do that. Bango. Okay, let's see what he's got for me here. Oh, anti-causal, okay. Nice, cool stuff. You may cast. Boom, put it down. Draw. Stats down. That down. Fizz. Anti-causal again. Alright, very nice. Do this. Double triggers. Okay. Could hit me with something hard here. We'll see. Summon Fenrir. No, that's not it. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting something way bigger than that. I was expecting a fucking something monstrously bigger. Kind of want this greedy freebooter to die. Also known as a free degree booter. Let's do this. Oof. Full bore. Okay. We don't need that yet. Can't even play it yet. So, well, we could have played it. Well, we'll see. We do this, and he's out of there. There you go. All right, back up. Back up. Yeah. I don't think that we're ever going to get anywhere with this, probably. Ops goes first. We need more quicker removal. We're too slow. We have a couple of good finishers, but it's impossible to keep the cards on the board to pull off the finishers. So I really don't know that we're going to get anywhere. I might have to take a look at Alchemy. I heard that people were being able to rank up in Alchemy pretty easily. I might have to take a look at even running standard decks in Alchemy, because standard is getting more and more ugly by the day, you know? Paper standard, I've heard some stuff about that. I've heard some stuff about paper standard being in trouble, but I mean, they've been saying that for a while. They've been saying that for a while. It worked great. Boros Billions work great, as they often do. Hey, how you doing, Hillbilly? Yeah, we did. Hey, what's up? Dawnbreaker and Daikomanine. Yeah, we got a Path of Exile special Spider-Man. Which was pretty good. He's gonna pump this. Oh, he didn't. Okay. Vampire. We got a Fleam, aka Norman Osborn. Daikomin just subscribed. How you doing? Thank you so much. I'll post the video up on the second channel probably. What else did we get? Got a few cool ones. Chris Cass missed the cosplay stream. Let's see what we got here. Bloodgaster. Make it faster. The Mossberg pump. Do that. He's got a fight card. What's he got here? Okay. Sacrifice, put down, pumps. Sacrifice, put down. Pumps. Nice. He's feeling good. He's feeling good right now. Feeling good on a Wednesday. He's feeling himself, he said. Allow me to chortle as my victory is assured here. Allow me to chortle away. And then we do that. He felt real good for a second. For a second. I look at, again, I look at other content creators in a similar level as me, and they're still doing fine. They're still putting up videos, and their videos are still getting more views. I am really, really in the hole, and also the likes are just abysmally bad. So I'm getting likes like I used to get in 2001, 2002. Like I put up a video and I get 60 likes on it after 3 days. That's patently absurd. I can't produce at the level that I'm putting at that. So we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see if it picks up, if it really is the set, if it's just the algo fucking with me right now. But we're going to have to see how it goes out, man. Because this, even worse than Aether Cars. And Aether Cars, I wasn't that worried. I was like, Aether Cars is happening. We got a lot of other stuff around the corner that looks really good that I think people are going to enjoy. But this has been a massive crater. Just enormous. Just like these numbers, man. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. I can't really explain it unless you're a content creator and you've been doing this for a while. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. But my goodness, it's so bad. It's really bad. So I think it's something that I'm doing. Maybe I have to change up my content. Maybe I've been too lazy about it. Maybe I've just been expecting views, expecting likes, and I'm not challenging anything anymore, doing anything unique. I don't know. Maybe I have to clickbait. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's gonna be we're gonna have to see what happens. We're gonna have to see how this all shakes out. Because as of right now, following the trend that has been going on for the past month, it's not looking good. We're gonna have to see if that turns around. Hey, look at that, we got him out of there. But you know, I hate to be a downer, but I also want to be honest with you guys. And listen, I'm gonna put effort into this. I don't ever half-ass this. I put effort, I put time. I'm worried about it, like you heard from the doom and gloom. No, other people are negative. I feel like a lot of other content creators are negative. And I also don't know how to be positive 24/7, AetherHub. I don't know how to do that with authenticity. I can only tell you about what I'm feeling. Boom, 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 boom. I think everyone is on doom and gloom right now, right? Because of Universes Beyond and just the way that things are going. I think there's a general negativity around Magic right now. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. But I'm trying to be authentic. You know, I'm not being negative to be negative for only the sake of doing it. I'm trying to tell you my authentic feelings. So, you know, I can only tell you what I have really going on, and I hope that a little bit of that authenticity comes through, you know, for the most part, because I do try to do that. I do try to make it so that, you know, I'm not lying to you about the game, or I'm not disguising how I'm really feeling about it, or about the content creation in general. Maybe it's the wrong move. I couldn't tell you. But, you know, I'll have to wait and see. Wicked Exodia. How you doing, Wicked Exodia? First time chatter. First time chatter. Wicked Exodia. What a Wicked Exodia. Let's push in. Alright, is he gonna sweep me here? Steam Core Scholar. He is... I have no idea what this guy's doing. Bloodletter of Aclazotz. I'll do 3 damage if I do Vampire. Let's do this. Yeah, that gets him. There you go. But anyways, it was on my mind, guys. I know you guys are the hardcores. You guys are here every night. Subscribe with Prime. Zoods, welcome to the show. 30. No, I've shared video with people of yours, and they say, how can you watch him and play? Watch him play. He's tilting to watch. I mean, listen, man. That's their opinion, you know? There's content creators I like, and there's content creators I don't like. I can only be authentic with you. I can't lie to you. I think that's the quickest way to go downhill, is to just lie to you about how I'm doing and how I'm feeling. I feel like I do it with enough of sarcastic bent that you can tell that I'm not being that serious. I do worry sometimes that people are taking me too seriously. That when I say, you know, how much I hate Simic, or, you know, control players are the devil and all that, I am worried sometimes that I come off as a little bit too cynical, but it is my personality. It is a character that I am playing up for the camera for the most part, you know. So I don't feel as strongly as I do in real life as I often come off as in the videos, I think. For the camera for the most part, you know. So I don't feel as strongly as I do in real life as I often come off as. You know, it is a bit of a kayfabe. It is a bit of a how you say it, you know, like a wrestling persona, you know, like the way one does. Shock. He's probably got 2 kill cards right there. 2 burn-ups. Cool. Good game. I don't know. Maybe I got to punch up my thumbnails. Maybe I got to do something else. I don't know. Maybe I just got to start. I got to. That's a good American Psycho reference right there. Target Park Cruise. The everyone clickbaits. I don't. I really try not to clickbait. There's a lot of content creators that do. I don't knock them for it. That's what they like. That's how they do their content. Good for them. It's fantastic. I enjoy with good health. I cast no judgment on that. That's how they do it. I personally do not like it. I don't like saying most broken deck, #1 mythic, unbelievable secret rank deck ever. There's a lot of content creators that do that. I don't, and I don't want to. And it's been really hard to make myself do stuff like that for the most part. Again, I don't want to do that. I know you guys have seen it, and I'm not calling anybody out individually or saying that anything is wrong what they're doing. I'm just saying that there are content creators who employ that strategy, and it works for them, and it's good for them, and it works for the brand. Regardless of whether or not clickbait is true, it is still clickbait. You know, it doesn't really matter whether or not it's true. It's still clickbait. It's still making you click on it. You know. Boom. Let's do Bloodthirsty Conqueror. Like I said, guys, there's a lot of different things going on. There's a lot of different questions to be answered. You know, it's hard to say. He's going to go in for 2. T for 2 and 2 for T. Unfortunately, yeah, I think the space is getting pretty saturated, so it is a little tricky to come in and say, you know, I can't do that. Let's see, that's be double if he does that. That's going to be a grand total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll try it. Razorkin Needlehead is a very good card. Yeah, it's very good. Boom, boom. Alright. We'll ping. We're gonna do this. Boom, boom, boom. Get him, Luis. Sorry to unload on you guys tonight, but it's just been something on my mind, especially with today's video doing as bad as it has. It's just been on my mind. It's just been absolutely on my mind quite a bit. So, because it's been a continual issue for, geez, when did this kind of start? Oh, like a month. Yeah, like a month. Whoop. Me Taboo said no thank you. It's a real question I have to ask going forward. It's a real tough question I have to ask myself going forward. And, you know, we're going to play it out. We've got another 6 months of at least bare minimum of seeing where we're at. I thought we would ride we would pretty much ride a wave off of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was the best my channel ever did. Final Fantasy, oddly enough, was the best my channel ever did. And we hit a peak, and we've been on a slow slope since then, all the way down even past where I was before Final Fantasy. So I don't know. It's a bit odd that happened. It's a bit strange. So could be popularity. Hey, what's up, MTG? What's up, MTG Lord Sephiroth? Sephiroth. Boop, 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 boop. Choose blockers. We'll block with that. Boom. We'll take the mana. Boom, 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 boom. There are so many ways to do market direction to people who like certain IPs, and I bet you're not doing that. Oh, he didn't want that. He didn't want that. What do you mean by that, Drew 2? Market directly who likes certain IPs. As in, like, do Spider-Man specific things to people who want Spider-Man? Hey, what's up, Joseph Stevens? What do you mean by that, Drew 2? Market directly who likes certain IPs. As in, like, do Spider-Man specific things to people who want Spider-Man? Hey, what's up, Joseph Stevens? Llanowar Elves for the ramp. Okay. Alright. Extra ramp. Let's see how far he wants to ramp this. Boom. Get to Ninja Turtles, we got to be headed in the right direction. That's the main thing. You know, we got to be headed in the right direction at Ninja Turtles. I'm kind of one of these people that, like, if you're not moving forward, if you're just treading water, you're going backwards. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. If there isn't some kind of forward movement, it's backwards movement, you know? We've got to kind of be advancing. Boom. Let's do this. Let's do Bloodghast. Love the Avatar series, but I really don't think it working out here. Yeah, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in March. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. Alright, so we're going to have to play a kill card right here. He's going to do that. Not anymore, Snow. Not anymore. I'm betting that Avatar may follow a little bit. I think it's going to be similar to Final Fantasy. I think that it's going to be a very popular set. I think it is going to be a very popular set. I think people are really going to like it. I think it's going to be Final Fantasy. I think that it's going to be a very popular set. I think it is going to be a very popular set. I think people are really going to like it. Okay, so he's flinging that. That's a fairly good estimate. Yeah, I would say that that's a fairly good estimate about how good I can imagine how good I can imagine whatchamacallit being. FNAF, Final Fantasy. 80%, yeah. It could definitely be an 80% FNAF situation. Final Fantasy. Boom. Oh, wait, okay, wait. Yeah, no, she's still red. She's still redhead. Aqua Rat. I think, frankly, I mean, I don't have that much of an emotional connection to Avatar, but I definitely do feel that Avatar is a decent enough set, that decent enough world that it absolutely can work as a Universes Beyond, as opposed to a lot of the other sets that have come out recently. No, I don't think Ouroboros is too strong. Ouroboros is a 4-drop that dies to removal instantly. It starts out as a 1/3. I don't think that it's too strong. I think that it's strong, but I do think that it does have counterplays that can absolutely, you know, that can 100% get you somewhere. He might fling it at me there. Might have the fling. Yeah, he's got the fling. Boom. Boom. Ouroboros is not game-breaking. No. Ouroboros is perfectly manageable as a card. It's powerful, but no, it's not broken. Part of the reason it's not broken is its cost. It's 2 green and 2. It's a reasonable cost, and it doesn't immediately do what it wants to do. It does a very small one at first, so it really is turn 5 until it gets powerful. So there's plenty of opportunity to deal with it. Well, you know, the most viewed video of all time that I ever had on my channel was Lord of the Rings, so Lord of the Rings was pretty popular as far as a Universes Beyond set. Believe it or not, I think out of all things, I think it probably translates the most to Universes Beyond, honestly. More than fucking Star Trek. I don't think TMNT fits. I'll be honest. I don't think that fits. Yeah, they're probably going to ban Vivi. They said they're banning Vivi or Cauldron or both. They already basically confirmed as such in the whatchamacallit. So, Yeah, everyone knows the spellcasting episodes of Star Trek. Everyone remembers those fondly. Synthesizer also probably needs to go. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that statement. Yeah, everyone knows the spell. Synthesizer HOTTOGO. You can take me hot to go. HOTTOGO. You're gonna take me hot to go. The other demon. OMENPATH has several okay cards. That's about as much as I'm willing to give OMENPATHs. OMENPATHs has several okay cards. That's what it has. There certainly are some okay cards in this set. I genuinely do not believe this has a lot of good cards in it, in my opinion. I think it's a particular. The issue is the issue being is that the good cards are fucking all the good cards are legendary, so you can't even all the good cards are legendary, so you can't even put multiple of them down. Like there's barely any cards that are fucking not legendary that are worth a damn. It's really a shame that we kind of had that situation, because it's kind of the truth. Let's do this. Let's say target opponent sacrifice half their creatures. Hey, what's up, Phoenix? Yeah, Luis is good, but I can't get multiple Luises, you know? You can only ever get one out. They should have... I know what they were doing. They absolutely should have left Spider-Man as a commander set. They should have made a bunch of commander precons and left it at that. I don't... It was just not strong enough to stand on its own as a fucking full set. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. So you have a guaranteed flop on it. Yeah, and that's Doomed Yowie and a Chinese VN. Uh-oh. Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek, man, you know, I don't know. I am. But that is only part of what I'm doing. I do enjoy this. But there's other things that I also enjoy, and I'm giving up some of those things that I also enjoy to do this. And I wouldn't say that I would leave. I wouldn't say that I would leave permanently. I would probably step back what I'm doing. I probably would not do as much as I'm doing as I am now. Ninja Turtles. Yeah, we're getting Ninja Turtles. That is true. So we're gonna put down. We have really nothing to do here. We're gonna put down this. Listen, I'm being honest with you guys. We're in a terrible downward spiral right now. This has been a phenomenally bad set. You know, I've got to be honest. We can't I can't do another set like this. It's too hard. It's too hard. I'm being honest with you guys. We're in a terrible downhill. Phenomenally. Let's see if he has the third one here. No, he did not. That Bloomborough ended up way too powerful. Because you had to have these mice that had to be powerful even though they were mice. Even though they were a mouse. Do you know what I mean? So built into the premise of small mighty creatures was a power creep, you know, kind of unexpectedly happening. Hey, what's up, Autumn Harvest? How you doing? Case in point. Thank you, Lord Sephiroth. I mean, it was pretty obvious going into it. You're seeing these little creatures, but they have such insane abilities because they can't make them 5/5s. You know, it doesn't make sense for a mouse to be a 5/5. It definitionally can't be that. So you have to make it big in a different way. And that caused a huge amount of issues. So yeah, so then the question goes from a gameplay standpoint. Well, how do we make a 1/1 creature interesting? Well, let's just load it down with power. Let's just make it have a shitload of power in it. You know, it'll have fucking flavor text out the ass, or it'll have fucking rules text out the ass on it, and that was the issue. So burst lightning to 7. He might get me here, guys. He might have all burns in his hand. Boom. There you go. Oh, nope, he's out of there. Hey, what's up, Raphael Hytholiday? All right, guys, we're going to leave it right there for tonight. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, overall, it did good. I think that hitting, again, the problem that I say every time that I run a deck is when their entire thing is 50,000 board wipes, yeah, it doesn't do so good. But we can surprise people, and I do really want to get 2 different fucking infinite loop win cons, instant win cons into the deck, which I like. I like that I have Rush of Blood Acrozalots and I have Conqueror Starscrape Cleric. We have the 2 loops. And you can't be mad at a 2-loop deck, I don't think. I don't think you can ever be mad at a double looper. So, you know, a double looper. Double loop black. Like it.